Peace and blessings, fam. Peace and blessings. How y'all doing? Ooh, let me clean this right quick. Excuse me. Clean that right quick. Oh, let me share. Sharing seems to be a good thing every now and again. Now and again. Peace and blessings, Miss Mind, Body, and Soul and Repair. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Well, let me just roll into this. Man, crack wasn't the first biological war that they waged on us. The first biological war that they waged on us was impregnating us. Let's start there by giving us their very cellular, their DNA, all wrong. Who y'all think was on them slave ships? The noblemen? No. No. Yeah, I just jumped in. I'm just jumping into this because I ain't got time today. I ain't got time to play around. None of this because we have to learn to see these things. We have to learn to see these things. That's right. That we're doing time called transportation. See, y'all don't even know why you can get tickets while you're in transportation. Transportation used to be a sentence. You know, like you going to jail. Maybe more black folk need to look into transportation. Oh, it's a long list, and we're going to go through some of them today. That was the first. That was the first to give us their sicknesses. All of their psychotic isms, all of their socio-isms, all of their pathisms. And not just give it to them, not just teach it to us. No. Not just teach it to us, actually give it to us. Actually give it to us. So some of us are wandering around, wondering what the fuck is wrong. I can tell you. We were infected on a cellular level with debauchery, natural born killers, natural born rapists, the worst of the worst. And we were made to mate with them, and we act like we didn't. We act like we had a choice. And we bore these babies, not knowing what the fuck to do with them. See, we don't like to talk about this. Let's talk about it. Now we got a generation of boys and girls. We got a generation of boys and girls after the transatlantic slave trade that have innate pathologies and sociologies that their parents don't know how to deal with because this wasn't something that happened in the village. And then we start to forget that they didn't bring whole grown folk over here. The average age of the person that came through the transatlantic slave trade was 20 and under. And 20 was old. Try 12, 13. Well, you have to remember a 12 and a 13-year-old really aren't initiated into culture yet. They just know what they remember. They're not initiated into anything. So all of those old codes are gone, except for some who had been initiated rather early, but a lot of them went ahead and jumped ship because rather die than be captured. Okay, so they get us over here, right? We have their sociologies and their fucking pathologies, right? We're locked in chains, right? Question. Do you think the Indians were the only ones that they killed with smallpox? Or do you even know who the indigenous were? Question to ponder. You don't think that's a biological warfare? If they knew how to pass smallpox to the Indians or the indigenous people of the Americas or any other, or the Caribbean, because some of the biggest genocides of the planet, and nobody talks about it. What happened to the original Indians or the natives of the Caribbeans? I'll wait. All them gone. Don't nobody even know what they look like anymore. I often talk about the identity switch, but don't nobody want to listen to me because it's just as easy. I mean, to bring people clean across the motherfucking ocean, okay, I can see that. But I can also see, like, you gaining some Native Americans that live in Maine, right? And you put them on a ship, right? You go a week out to sea, which means it's going to take you a week to come back, right? But instead of landing in Maine, your ass land in Virginia. You've already had the papers docked. So now these are not indigenous people of the Americas. These are now niggas from Africa. Woo! Now a whole new narrative has been written for this people, who somehow start to believe that they're African. Huh. How easy is it to catch a group of indigenous people in Florida, roll around and drop them motherfuckers off in Cuba, hollering, these are Africans? Did you ever think that your origin story could have been forged by the very thieves that stole you? Of course not, because they're honest thieves, right? All right. So, let's talk about that syphilis experiment. Yeah. We're just going to talk about the ones that we know, because we can't possibly begin to talk about the ones that we don't know about, right? No, let's start with modern gynecology. Let's talk about why modern gynecology even fucking exists. It exists off of the backs of black women and children, because white folk didn't think that black people felt pain. I guess all the crying and the begging to stop during whippings, the blood tears, the skin tears. None of that said pain. Oh, no, 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 no. No, the incessant crying, the dying from infection, none of that registered to white people as pain. Modern gynecology came to be because black women and children were cut open and experimented on without anesthesia to get those scapulas that they like to jack up in you. See, all of that equipment came from ripping out the wombs of black women while they were still alive. Let's talk about the HeLa cell, Miss Henrietta Lacks. The HeLa cell, capital H-E, capital L-A. This sister had uterine cancer. She died. They took her uterus, and miraculously, her cells were the only ones that were able to reproduce themselves in a laboratory. So they stole her, and they reproduced her for decades. You want to know how modern cancer fighting came to be? It was because of a black woman named Henrietta Lacks, and they sold her around the motherfucking world, and she didn't even have a headstone. Her family got none of the money. But let's talk about Henrietta's curse. What they came to find out, and what they won't tell you, is that cells have consciousness. And for the whole time that they were using Henrietta's cells, they had to throw out over 60 years of cancer research because Henrietta Lacks was changing her cells voluntarily. But they won't tell you that part. Shout out to Henrietta Lacks. Let's talk about the projects of Chicago and Detroit, where we know to this day, because of the Information Act, that the CDC and the Department of Health was experimenting on people in these project buildings through gas. And they hurried up and tore those buildings down when that came out. So we have generations of people from Chicago and Detroit that are secretly being watched because they are biological experiments let loose in our community to see how it works. But y'all trust this system? You still trust it? Oh, let's go a little further. Let's talk about the Tuskegee experiment. Let's talk about how the United States government purposely gave black men syphilis, and purposely did not treat them so they could see what happens. Well, here's the thing. That wasn't a controlled experiment. They didn't keep those brothers quarantined. No, they didn't. What did they do? They sent them back home amongst their wives and children. Oh, we're getting there. See, if I have sex with my wife, doesn't she get syphilis? Hello? Hello? Somebody work with me on this pathology thing. Isn't that how VD works? So let me ask you something. If that woman was cheating on that man with another man, doesn't that man get syphilis too? And if that man with syphilis is cutting out on that woman with syphilis with another woman who gets syphilis, haven't we just created an epidemic? So let's talk about the babies born of people with untreated syphilis. Have we ever been compensated? Huh? Because we have generations of black people running around because of genetic problems might have been caused by syphilis. Because it was untreated. Remember that. Untreated. Remember that. Just because they had them brothers rubbing each other down with mercury. Excuse me. Mercury is radioactive, is it not? Hello? 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 $50 people in here and only 29 up likes? Not right. Work that out. Work that out or get out. I don't give a fuck which one you do. Not this morning, because I'm on one. I'm on a real bender this morning. Bet you won't share this one. And shall we say the prayer of you, University, and yea, I lay my monies and my intentions upon the waters, and it shall be returned to me 1,000-fold. Thank you, Adia. Keep the teaching, your brilliant star amongst the darkness. Oh, thank you, beloved. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the real knowledge and not the bullshit. Thank you. You want knowledge? Train me to come with it. Now, anybody want to know when the CDC came into being? Go find out when the CDC came into being, and I'll promise you it correlates with a syphilis outbreak. What syphilis outbreak, Fee? Tuskegee. Because remember, they didn't tell anybody. And doesn't syphilis degenerate your mind? Oh, okay. So we're gonna overlook that, nor are we gonna compensate them. Cool. Because I also want to know how in CDC headquarters is there an AIDS outbreak amongst black women so bad it makes no sense? Isn't Atlanta, Georgia, one of the seats of the CDC, the Center for Disease Control? Oh, you thought they were trying to control disease by not having it? Oops. Oops. Wasn't Atlanta also where all the little black boys came up missing? And right after that, we got a drug called melatonin. This is under the very nose of the CDC. How? Are we compensated yet? And here's my thing. Listen to this. Here's my thing. How are heterosexual women becoming the largest number of AIDS? What's the word? Of AIDS carriers. How? When it was in the gay community. How? Because gay men are supposed to be having sex with gay men, right? And heterosexual women are having sex with heterosexual men? Or are they? Under the nose of the CDC. Shall we talk about heroin? And even the fact that it's called heroin is the funniest shit in the world to me, because that's a female hero, right? Huh. They sent a female hero right into our community. And she passively lulled a whole nother generation to sleep. Heroin. It was their hero drug for the time. You gonna look at that word completely different. See, when you can associate a word with what it properly goes with, people go, holy shit. Yep. Tell me how many people are gonna look at that word completely different now. I'll wait. Mind hacks. It was their passive superhero. Because we were ready to go to war. We were ready for action. Weren't we? That was about the Panthers, right? That was about the revolution. We was ready to move. And they brought in their passive bitch. Here's heroin. And heroin lulled that shit right to fuck to sleep. Thank you, Myra Chambers. Yeah, I got some on the desk. Here we go. Adia, may it be returned to you 1,000-fold, my love. Miss Chambers, may it be returned to you 1,000-fold, my love. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for supporting my channel. This is how you reward people. Don't reward the bullshit and the fuckery, man. Now, you're very welcome. Oh yeah, Lady Heroin. She came in on a cape and lulled our community right back to sleep. Right. Because those of us that were in the movement were now more concerned with our family members that were addicts. Always breathe love. I'm here for it today, Master Fee. And let the church say, hey, woman! Oh, hit me. Okay, I went there. I'm sorry. Always breathe love. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you very much. I almost went there. Say Sonic Soul. Okay. Heroin. Heroin lulled the movement right the fuck to sleep. Look at that. Hey, woman. Oh, somebody get that right. Lulled us right to sleep. They're heroin. Because they needed a hero. And she came right in and lulled us right back to sleep. So how many of y'all will look at heroin, the word heroin, and the epidemic of heroin a little differently now? Give me some twos. A little different when you look at it that way, huh? For our men and women. Hold on, Adia. Hold on. You have to remember something. The movement was 70% women. Because my master is on one today, dropping them gems, Reeking Queen. Oh, my love. May it be returned to you 1,000-fold, darling. Just here for it, man. Make sense? Because remember, 70% of the movement was women. So if mama's strung out, who gonna take care of mama? If my son is strung, if I'm in the movement and my son is strung out, I gotta put the movement to the side to go take care of my house. So there's the distraction from the movement. Do you see it? Now that we've got 60% of the movement distracted, we can go in and kill the leaders. Because now we've taken off all this protective covering so we can get to them now. Nikki Naga Nakai. Naki or Nakai. Oh my God, I hope I did not butcher that. This little gift is not even enough, but thank you for being a gift to us. Oh, man. Hold on. I need another bundle. Let me get another bundle. I need another bundle. Another bundle to save the day. Because I don't have enough. That's right. I undress my money like men should undress they women. Slow. Or, if you can't get it off that way, then you just fuck it. Break the bra. Ah! Break the bra. Yes. All right. I'm awake. Yes, Lord. Like I said, I hope I pronounced that right. May it be returned to you 1,000-fold, my love. Oh, shoot. Hey, Miss Mind, Body, and Soul and Repair. May it be returned to you 1,000-fold. Now, right? Heroin. Now, on the slide end of heroin, cocaine came in. Okay? But cocaine was combating heroin because cocaine was making niggas feel theyself. On one hand, you have heroin, this female white superhero. And over here, you have the black man on cocaine. And they are clashing. Right? So, the system know damn well it cannot handle black men on cocaine because that shit makes you smarter, faster, leaner, longer. No. We just cannot have niggas on cocaine. As a matter of fact, if you want to see niggas on cocaine, go watch Superfly. They were scared of that shit. Smart ass niggas with the motherfucking capacity to deal with the system and get over on it and get ghost afterwards. Can't have that shit. So, what do? They already like the cocaine. Crack. We got heroin. We got cocaine on the scene. Brothers done always smoked weed, so that just is what it is. Oh, this is for Sharon. Miss Sharon. Stop moving. You gotta stop moving. Got you. May it be returned to you 1,000-fold. And Miss Mind, Body, and Soul in Repair. That's just for being freaking you. Okay, so we have this transition happening now because heroin is bad. You got people in rehab and shit, which is a whole nother industry for them to make money off of us and make us into indigents and bad parents and take our children away to put our children in the system so they can be trained also to be fucking little degenerates. Now, do you know one never in the history of niggerdom, thank you, Cat Williams, has a black man ever wanted to step on his cocaine? Not in the way of crack. Oh, Miss Alexis L. One is for her. May it be returned to you 1,000-fold. And this is for everybody else in the room. Y'all ready? Do, 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 do. Just all up in your face. Just and back. Whole room be blessed. Thank you very much, Alex. So, now we got crack on the scene, right? Do you think some little brother in Compton was sitting on his stove with some baking soda and his good cocaine, hollering, "Ooh, I'ma bake my cocaine"? It's like not a nigga came up with the formula for heroin, and not one black person. I take that back, because one black person did get into the cocaine business, and he was rather good at it. I got to give him his props for that. You know, what it was Lucas? Was it John Lucas? George Lucas? Which one? What was that movie based on? I forget his first name. But I know his last name was Lucas. Can't have too many black men masterminds like that. Frank Lucas, thank you. Can't do that. But remember, he came off of the Bumpy Johnson line. Up there with Bub Hewitt. I'm going to tell y'all a cute little interesting fact about me. Y'all ready? Bub Hewitt is family to me. And don't take that movie for face value. It would have never happened. They took a little license in that damn movie with my ancestor. Wouldn't have never happened. Just to give y'all a little insight into my family. We're rather proud of Bub. Rather proud of that brother. Yes, yes. Okay, so now we got crack. Now listen to this for a minute. Heroin came in and the family bonds got stronger. Okay? When crack came in, they had finally found the substance that cracked the family unit of black people. They have been trying to crack our family unit for centuries. Crack did it. Cracked our family structure. So that now black women had no natural affection or love for their children, to the point that they would sell their children to the highest bidder for however long. That was the hardest bond to crack. And crack broke those bonds. Why do y'all think they called it crack? It is finally the substance that cracked our families. And they didn't need it to break. No. They just needed to crack it. we'd finish breaking it. How would we finish breaking it, Fee? With the internal psychosis that they gave us. With the internal sociopathologies that we suffer from, that they induced. All they needed was to crack our natural affection for our children. That's it. And this one little magic biological bullet did it. Miss Stone. Hey. May it be returned to you 4,000-fold, my darling love. Thank you for supporting my channel. See, when I know I can get support for stuff like this, I will do stuff like this. Because people hollering for content, you really want content? I bet you don't. Bet you don't watch it. Bet you don't share it. I'll prove you love the fuckery. Now, crack's on the scene, right? Now, mind you, y'all have to remember the psychoses that we are dealing with these generational biological warfare that has been going on. Now, you have heroin addicts that are now grandparents and great-grandparents. Think about this. You have cocaine addicts that are now grandparents and older parents. And now you have crack babies who are grown adults. Miss Kim, thank you very much. Now, are you seeing this? Now, what if you have a family line, watch this, that hit that heroin addiction, and in this line hit that cocaine addiction, and in this line hit that crack addiction? Can you imagine? And you wonder why people are delusional? They're not delusional because they want to be delusional. It's not a wanting delusion. The central processing unit is shot. I'm still waiting for my response, Master Fee. If she waits too long, I'll just pre-order for myself. Are you talking about the calligraphy sets? Oh, the calligraphy sets got sold yesterday. I'm only taking pre-orders. But they're 2 weeks out. They will be here in 2 weeks. If you pre-order, yours goes out the day they touch down. You just have to let me know what color feather you want. Wine red, black, white, blue. Okay, so can you imagine a line that hit all of those addictions? Because remember, there is a such thing as an addictive personality. And it is the reason my father's side of the family, they're drinkers. They can drink. They get up in the morning drinking. That cooler goes on the porch. They drink all day. some of them, not all of them, they can drink all damn day and then party all goddamn night. $72 on the pre-sale. $72 on the pre-sale. But if you are ordering internationally, talk to me, because shipping is a bitch. $72, and that includes continental shipping. Let's put it that way. Shipping within the US, $72 flat. And you can hit my Cash App, $fundife, and we'll make sure to get in contact so I can get that address, because I have a couple pre-orders already. People love that daggone set. It's a nice set, though. Oh my God, it's a nice set. But back to the addictive personality. They're not delusional because they want to be. Their brains just don't work like ours. They're fried. Let's not say fried. Let's say they're wired differently. And yes, their perception is different from ours. I mean, we can literally say it's a them and an us. We can literally say that. Now, am I saying all crack babies are crazy? No, I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. But what I am saying is that we can see that there is a reality break. There's a reality break. Now, you have this chemical warfare taking place, right? Through the recreational drugs, right? Now you got the food changing. Because, of course, for those of us who are smart enough not to take the illicit drugs, right? Because we're all not going to fall for that. Ha, ha, ha. Well, fuck. You got to buy food, right? You got to drink water, right? Stop talking to yourself in my room, bitch. It's one thing I cannot take, and that is a motherfucking Klan sympathizer. My people have fucked with your people for a very long time. How? I got him first. He's mine. My bullet went in first. Who got the kill? Fee got the kill first. I saw my name first. But everybody else, feel free to stab away. Everybody gets a stab. Since you want a bender. Okay. So now you see these lines, right? Now the food is bad, which begins to trigger the psychosis, right? The water is bad, so your body can't filter out the poisons that's in the food effectively. So now you have what we call toxic buildup. And if you get toxic buildup and you are borderline psychotic, yeah, your psychosis is gonna fucking kick in. It sure is. Now, you have babies walking around in these powder cakes without guns, without knives, nothing but their wits, getting through this so-called asylum of crazy. You have women with no guns, no knives, no nothing, no formal training, no nothing, walking through this labyrinth of delusions. Shit, the cops come in our neighborhoods and they still scared and they got guns. Now imagine what the little girl feels that has to walk down 12 flights of stairs past four gangs who's a haven for the mentally disturbed. But she's supposed to make it. She's supposed to thrive. She's supposed to smile at every black man that comes across her path because she's supposed to be fucking happy, right? Why doesn't the black woman smile? Because, nigga, she is walking through a motherfucking insane asylum trying to keep her cool. Black men act like other black men aren't fucking predators. Black men act like black men don't rape black women and black children. Sister, why can't you smile? Nigga, do you smile on the battlefield? I'll wait. Do you smile when you under assault? I'll wait. I smiled at a sister and she didn't smile back at me. Yeah, because, brother, the last 5 men that smiled at her violated her. But you can't understand that because you got a selfish need to have her smile on the motherfucking battlefield. You want to turn her into a joker. Listen to me. There's a reason I gave you the joker lesson yesterday. They want to turn you into the joker. They want you to smile on the outside while you're dying on the inside. They want you to smile for me when you really want to growl, you want to roar, you want to tear something the fuck apart. You want me to be pleasant, but you don't know that she just got date raped last night by a nigga that looked just like you. You want her to smile for me, but it's a black man that looked just like you that knocked her in the head yesterday. But you want her to smile. You stop turning black women into jokers. We have a right to feel the way that we feel when we are left on the battlefield to fend for ourselves. Don't talk about my hard. You left us to fend for ourselves. So we became warriors. And in the midst of becoming a warrior, I become less of a woman because I have preserved my life. Then fuck you too. Straight up, no chaser. No salt, no lime. I'm tired of black men wanting this fairy-tale fucking archetype of a black woman. She's soft and demure. She's submissive to my every word. She should cook and clean. and only have babies. Nigga, did you ask her what she want in life? Did you ever once stop a black woman and ask her what she wants? I've been playing with knives since I was a little girl. It takes my dad to tell you the story of me and knives. See what I got over my shoulder now? This comes from my love of knives. Because not a man told me that I couldn't. As a matter of fact, they taught me how because it was a natural inclination. Is a woman not supposed to have sword skills? But you want me to cut up a motherfucking chicken, right? You want me to perfectly be able to slice up your fucking kill. Oh, that's right. Black men don't kill anymore. You fell in love with a porn star, not a black woman. But here's the thing. Black woman's been in the field side by side with your motherfucking ass. You're not demure. Black woman endured the same motherfucking punishments you endured, but you're not demure. As a matter of fact, a lot of you left your black woman with your black child alone on the battlefield in the system, and then you turn your black ass around and decide that you gonna tell her what to do and how to do it to survive. You have not a motherfucking leg to stand on. Check yourself. The biological warfare is real. And y'all stop passing off these almost autistic damn children as freaking within range. Stop that. Stop that. And I'm here to tell you, hey man, I ain't gonna say that. That's gonna get me gigged. That's gonna get me gigged. But after you have your first child, if that one isn't sound, please stop having children. All DNA ain't meant to be together. It's called breeding. And the last thing y'all know how to do is breed. You haven't been breeding for a very long time. Fucking, yes. Yeah, y'all some fuckers. Whole bunch of fuckers. But you don't breed. Don't breed. Breeding takes talent. Breeding is an art that I know a lot of y'all don't have time for. You got time to fuck, but you do not have time to breed. See, white folk been breeding themselves for a very long time. As a matter of fact, they've been breeding themselves so much that they have bloodlines that have very specific problems that they have been breeding themselves so long. You know, like a breed of dog. I was bred. Yeah, yep. Me and my husband, we looked into each other. What your daddy look like? What your mama look like? Any of your people been in the insane asylum? Nope. Any of your people been in the insane asylum? Nope. You got sickle cell? Nope. You got sickle cell? Nope. You got Rh negative blood? Nope. You got Rh negative? Nope. I mean Rh positive. Nope. Hang on. Okay. You're short and lean. I'm short and stout. But my people are tall. I'm just the runt of the litter. I breed tall, though. I breed real tall. I mean Rh negative. We're both Rh negative. We're both having Rh negative, and everybody in my house can give blood to each other. See, that's how beautiful that we bred. We even made sure we had the same blood type. How many of y'all know that? How many of you have bred with your mate enough to know your mate's blood type? See, so when my children went and gave blood, I was waiting for the blood type. I'm like, done. Because if our blood types are the same, if any one of us have an organ failure, it is more likely that one of us can give to the other, seeing as though we're genetically close and we have the same blood types. See? That's called forward thinking and breeding. But a lot of people just have sex and have children and then wonder what the problem is. See, I breed tall. See, my husband's people, they're 5'7", 5'8". But I'm stout and he's thin. So I'm like, shit, he gonna thin my frame out. If he thins my frame out, I can bulk his frame up. And that's exactly what happened. Yes. 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 They didn't keep my hair, though. They did not keep my hair. Lord, they got their daddy's hair. It's tight. Oh. Like, you got your daddy's hair. That biology, you can't have everything. You can't have everything. But they cute. They hella cute. But breeding combats the biological warfare. My father's side, they have addictive personalities. Straight up. They can drink like fishes. Me? Because I understood that about that DNA, I don't drink. I do not drink. And if I drink, I'm going to be at home because I'm a mean drunk. I'm not a happy drunk. I'm a mean drunk. When I drink, I lament and it's not good. So I stay away from it. So in me staying away from it, my children have never really been exposed to alcohol at all. They don't have a taste for it. I don't have a taste for it. See how easy it was to break that? But I still do have an addictive personality. Now, it just so happens that I took that addictive personality and I addicted myself to something good. But it's still an addiction. I'll be the first one to tell you. Tai Chi and me, still a goddamn addiction. Tai Chi is an addiction. I'll be the first one to tell you that. But it's an addiction that keeps me in homeostasis. It's an addiction that keeps me in my level mind. And you can be addicted to anything. But are your addictions good for you or bad for you? At one point, Tai Chi did become bad for me. I sprung my abdominal muscle. That shit hurt like a bitch. So don't be all, oh, Fee ain't got no addiction. Yes, I do. I'm addicted to Tai Chi. That's not a drug, isn't it? Isn't it? I've argued this point with people all the time. It's not a drug. That shit don't count. Excuse me. Me doing Tai Chi has the same effect as you lighting a joint, or you snorting a line, or you taking in a large amount of oxygen. My endorphins shoot off when I begin to do Tai Chi. My dopamine levels go up when I begin to do Tai Chi. My oxygen levels go up when I begin to do Tai Chi. Oxygen gets you high. Dopamine keeps you high. Dopamine makes you love a motherfucking thing. And I am in love with the internal arts of China. Call it a hormone addiction. Call it what you like. But I like dopamine on Tai Chi. What you like your dopamine on? Remember, it's still biological warfare, and you can wage your own biological warfare while they're waging theirs. Fee, what are you talking about? Why do you think I do Tai Chi? Tai Chi combats their biological warfare. Did I lose you? Are you with me? Remember what I told y'all about self. Remember, self is an experiment. And give me some ones if y'all still with me, because I don't know if I lost you or not. Y'all stop typing on me. I guess you're listening intently. Your little fingers didn't stop moving. It's fun to see the world in a little different perspective. So, driving, okay, no problem. I know a lot of people just watch in the background. I be playing with them. So, now you can clearly see the biological warfare. You can tell people about the biological warfare completely different now, right? I mean, after all, it's only heroin. Right? It's only crack. Say no. I'm going to get on off here. I hope I hope this helps the next man to be able to pick out the joker in the room. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. I said I wasn't going to do this part, but I'm going to do this part. Check this out. Remember in the movie Batman, right? The Joker, stay. The Joker, I'm gonna put this out here so y'all can see this. The Joker was getting people through different products. Remember? Deodorant, makeup, hair products. That's how he was poisoning people, remember? And depending on the products that you used, depended on how you mutated. Remember? Then Gotham had to go on a hiatus of all products because they weren't sure which ones were the ones poisoned. Remember? How long have black people been slathering themselves with petroleum jelly? Or shall I say Vaseline? You do know that's a crude oil product, correct? Yeah. Okay. How many of us for generations have been putting Johnson & Johnson's talcum powder on our children and ourselves to control sweating and chafing? You know, talcum powder is poisonous. You know, slathering crude oil on the largest organ that you have is cancerous. Yeah, Miss Mind Over. Yeah. It's poisonous. Miss Erica Smith, new subscriber. Yay! Welcome. New subscriber. When you give, I give back. You go into my prosperity pot. And most people bend their heads so they can get slapped with their money. It depends on how you want to go at it. But may it be returned to you 1,000-fold, my love. Thank you. Better yet. Tampons. Woo! Tampons and pads. Let's talk about tampons and pads right quick, my beautiful vagina human beings. Shall we talk about it? So, let me see. Anything that they stick into the human body or anything that goes over an open hole in the human body should be sterile, should it not? Is that tampon container sterile? As a matter of fact, did you know there's not even an EPA standard on how they store tampons or pads? And that goes right next to an open wound that never closes. You have a pad next to your open wound that has petroleum jelly in it with blood flowing into it, turning into ammonia, and you wonder why you have fibroids. Better yet, you have a tampon that has been stored under less than sanitary conditions, put in a paper container, and sent to you. You buy it, you go home, you touch that thing with your nasty hands. Because, of course, you didn't wash your hands before you sat down to do this, right? You take that cardboard that has had your hands on it and you shoot that booger right up into you. Question. Did that come out of a sterile container? That cotton isn't even covered. And then for hours on end, it collects blood while making ammonia and other toxic gases that's backing up into your womb. Whoa, Fee, what do you mean backing up into your womb? You do know your womb is a bell, right? Hmm? Hmm? Let me make this experiment right quick. Huh? You know your womb is a bell. It's shaped like a bell, right? We're going to say that this smoke right here that's about to be made by this sage bundle that you can get at www.masterfundife.com is the tampon that's making ammonia in your body for hours on end. Right? Vapor. Vapor. All up in your cup. Vapor that you can't get out. Hey y'all, I'll be down. Vapor that you can't get out. What do you think that vapor is doing? It's penetrating your uterus wall, wreaking motherfucking havoc on all of those blood vessels that are right on the surface of your uterus. You do know gas can get into your bloodstream, right? You do know that's the next way they're going to start inoculating people is with gas through the vein, right? You do know that's what was happening on Star Trek. Just in case y'all weren't watching Star Trek, Uhura had the first Bluetooth. They were using the first flip phones. And when they gave shots, it was in gas form. So, if you're making ammonia vapors in your vagina, which is why you shouldn't wear that pad any freaking longer than 3 hours. No longer, and that's too long. I know people that wear their pads for 8 hours at a day. I'm like, what the that doesn't smell? Just to put it out there for you, babies. Just to put it out there for you. Biological warfare is real. And you have to be aware of it. I love y'all. I hope this has taught you something. And I don't want to hear another motherfucking thing about y'all ain't got no content. Please share this video. Chop it up if you want. Take little pieces. Do what you need to do with it. But please get this information out. You know who this is. This is Master Fundife. And I always got my ear to the street. My ear to the street. My ear to the street. Now I gotta go teach some black men how to stand on their own. You're more than welcome for the information. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you, University, and all the unicorns that are always roaming around here. Thank you guys for getting my up likes up more than the people in here. I love it. Thank you to all my super chatters. My prosperity pot is going to be so full. So full. Glad I had that cup. Oh, fluoride toothpaste. We could talk about it, but now you know. Now you know. You can see it now. Get out of here. Go do something great. Be good to yourself, and you will be good to others. Peace and blessings, family. Salam, shalom, in hu tepu, namaste.